Good morning, Coolest Coast. It's time for Coffee with Kristin and Tina. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to this episode of Coffee with Kristin and Tina. We're your hosts. This lovely lady is Kristin Odell. I'm Tina Prigge. So glad to see you.
Good morning.
Kristin, we are like yin and yang this morning, black and white.
I know it is apparently wear a t-shirt Wednesday.
But can I just say, I love the fit of your t-shirt. I feel like I'm in kind of a burlap sack here, and I think styling matters. Like, I think another person could get in this shirt with me. But I want to call out the fact that there is a student exchange program happening with our sister city. Manitowoc is sending 6 students. They are leaving on the 20th for 10 days with a homestay in Kamagawa, Japan. And then 6 students from Kamagawa, Japan, are coming back to Manitowoc, and then they're doing a homestay here and experiencing Manitowoc for 10 days. So if you see students wearing these T-shirts or students having fun, feel free to mix in, make them feel welcome, say hello.
I love that. So Tina, how long have you been connected to this Sister City program?
Since 1998. I just found in a box a picture with a delegation that was visiting from Kamagawa, and they had sent a little thank you, and it was a picture of me and a guy standing next to each other, and it said 1998 on it. I was like, what?
Yeah. Is that coming up on 30 years then? Is my math good?
So the Sister City friendship started in 1993.
Very
So
nice.
we've been celebrating 30 years for about the last 2 years. So much so that now we're actually approaching 35 years.
Yeah. I mean, so this is an incredible program because high school students, they don't have to be from Lincoln. You can be from any of the surrounding like rural high schools can submit for this. And then they get to go over to Japan and then they stay with families, host families there. And then those host families, their students come back to Manitowoc and they stay with the students here and their families. What a
It's
cool
such
experience.
a cool and meaningful exchange. We've seen those students because you get this sort of like intimate experience when you do a homestay too, right? And even though it's only 10 days, a lot of those students finish and they call them like, this is my American mom, or, this is my Japanese mom type of thing. So Teak did it in 2023. He's actually taking a buddy back to Japan next month, going specifically to Kamagawa. He's already planning to meet up with some of the students from there that participated. So that's like lifelong friendships and connections. I
Mhm.
I think as a committee we determined there are like 5 different international relationships that exist because of that. Like there's at least 5 and maybe it's 7 Kamagawa Manitowoc babies, right?
That really?
Yeah, isn't that so cool?
Oh my gosh, that is so cool. And I mean, you think about between the time they spend there and here, they're spending almost a month together. That's a long time to be with a person. And, kind of to your point on families, you are the parents for this student. They're a high school kid. They still need support and guidance and like that you fill in during that time.
Yeah. And then, what else is exciting is like one of the students who was a past participant works for the Japanese consulate in Chicago. Another student works for a company in Japan. Another student is currently in Osaka working there. So it's like this experience just kind of launches them onto the international stage.
Sure. And I think, just having that international travel experience, having awareness of what other cultures do and how to behave in a totally different environment, like it just is, it can be eye opening, obviously, but it's just a really, really good experience for a high school student.
It is definitely like perspective expanding, right? And it's really special as a family when you host a student as well. So now this goes way back. Oh, hold on. Amy said, international friendships are truly life changing. Agreed. When I was in high school, the language I took was French. And so we had a French exchange student stay with us. And it was so exciting because we'd like learn about his culture and customs as well. And I remember my mom said to him, okay, in France, you eat dinner later, like 7 p.m. He's like, yes, yes, we do. She's like, but don't you get hungry like around 5 o'clock? What do? He says, oh, we have a snack, chocolate or cheese or something like that, right? So every day my mom, my friends and I would come home from school and she'd have like chunks of like aged cheddar cubed up and then like little Hershey squares, right? So we were having chocolate and cheese, totally French style, right? We all loved it. At the end of exchange, we were talking to the exchange student, he's like, "And I love this American custom of the chocolate and cheese." We're like, "What? This is your custom." He's
Yeah.
"Oh, no, no, we would never have them together. I said chocolate or cheese." We created an entirely new custom together.
I love that. What if I do still have chocolate and cheese together occasionally?
You know what? You would think we would, but, it's been ages. It's been
Okay,
ages.
the next time that we play cribbage with your mom and dad, we must have chocolate and cheese. It's been
Let's do it.
decided.
Let's do it. I love it. I love it. And so if you or viewers, if you've ever hosted an international exchange student or participated in international exchange, isn't it fun, those little stories that come out of it? Feel free to share some of those anecdotes.
Yeah, I mean, I know some families who have had exchange students here basically where they come and stay here for, 6 to 8 months. They almost do a full school year and just like they really become part of their family and travel around and, do things like prom and homecoming and just play high school sports or clubs and all those things and just it's such a incredible experience. And I'll try to if I think of it later, I'll grab the website where that information is housed, or you can throw it in, Tina. But we'll throw that in the comments so that if you are interested or you have a high school student that might be interested in doing that program, that you can get
Oh,
the information.
yeah, great point. It happens every year. There was, of course, an interruption during COVID, and then there was also an interruption when there was the trouble at the Fukushima power plant, right? When all that went down after the tsunami. But otherwise, it's been happening. It started in '95 with the exchanges. And the application process, it's quite easy. And it happens late February, early March every year.
Yeah, yeah. So that'll be coming up next year. But
Cool. Hey, Kristen, watching this show, Rocky Cohen was really cool. And she, like, on the fly wrote us a haiku one time. And that gave you an idea about an event you were hosting. You want to tell us about it?
yeah, so Rocky pops in on the show sometimes. She's a local realtor. She's a mom. She's a mom entrepreneur, actually. And she's also a fellow school mom with me. And yeah, she commented and wrote us a haiku. And
You want
then
to hear what the haiku was?
you have it.
I do. She wrote, "Cream swirls in coffee while Tina and Kristen lift us to morning joy."
Oh, it's so good. Do you have that written down on your desk?
I do. I have it taped onto the computer monitor. I love it so much.
I love that. I love that. Yeah, so she wrote this haiku and then she challenged me to write one. And then I challenged AI to write one. And so we just kind of played with it. And I was right in the middle of working on a new fundraising event for Lighthouse Recovery. And I reached out to Rocky and said, Rocky, would you ever write haikus on the spot as kind of like a fun experience? We were looking for new things, just trying to have something that was fun and social for the first part of it. And so she said yes. And she brought along a girlfriend to do the writing because Rocky said her handwriting was not good. And they did an incredible job. So I think you have a picture of it.
I do. So tell me how it would happen. So Rocky would approach, and then would she ask you some questions or anything? Or like,
Yeah. So
how did
basically,
she?
yeah, the when people walked into the event, there was kind of 4 experiences happening. You could do a haiku, you could have a watercolor drawn of you, you could listen to live music with Mary, Good Morning Mary, and then you could also we had a flower bar, and people could pick a vase that had a testimonial from one of our members at Lighthouse, and then they got to fill the vases with flowers and take those home. So we had these kind of 4 activities, just kind of fun, again, playful things. It was a brunch and, so I didn't
That's so
actually
unique. Those are. I've never heard of those at an event before. I love that.
right, right. Amy was my wing girl for this event, and we just said, like, "Okay, we have to do something." The challenge was, "Let's do something nobody else is doing, and something that's fun." Like, we want because sometimes you go to fundraising events, and it's just kind of like speakers and write a check or give money. And it's not fun, and we're like, "We want this to be fun, and we want it to be a really cool experience."
And to have a little takeaway is also cool.
Yeah,
So,
right?
okay, I'm gonna put this picture up. Anything we need to know before we see it?
No, so honestly, I didn't even talk with Rocky because I was busy doing a lot of different things, but we know each other. And so she wrote this about me.
Okay, read the haiku out loud.
Okay, so it says, Kristen, confident leader, dancing through to do lists for long lasting impact.
I Love it. And I love the turn of phrase, right? That she chose dancing, for example, not slogging through or like working through or anything like that.
Dredging through.
Yeah, yeah, dancing through.
Um, so I like she had this kind of just laying at the table in my spot. She saw me flitting around doing different things, and I was like, "Rocky, you nailed it. Like that's me. That's like my heart for the community." And I was just like, "Oh my gosh, it's so good." So it will
Totally nailed
go.
it.
I have it here. It's going to go in a frame on my wall of fun here in my office, along with this.
Okay, let me put up a picture of that.
You have the real.
This totally caught my eye. Okay, at first I'm like, cool drawing, and I thought it was something fashion related. And then I looked, that's you in that little snapshot, isn't it?
Yeah, so this is super cool. So the woman that did this, she's a watercolorist. Her name is Brittany Bach. She lives in Sheboygan. She's local. She agreed to come to the event and do these. So um, Amy like totally worked out all the details with her. But so they snap. Her husband was along, snaps a Polaroid of the guests, which is in the upper right corner there. And then Brittany just works on watercoloring these, and then she would hang them up on a little board, and then you could pick them up at the end.
How long did it take her to do that?
Like, less than 10 minutes. Most of them are
Ah,
even faster than that.
and is
Yeah,
that Amy in the picture with you?
yeah, that's Amy with me.
And you know what? It's interesting because I can't quite tell from the picture because the picture is so small. I can tell just from the smile.
Yeah,
Like, how is that possible?
right, and, like, the hair, but yeah, so that's Amy and I, and then if you wanna drop off, the girls were there helping at the event. I'll see if I can. So our
Oh,
girls took a snap, and then she painted our girls. Isn't this the cutest thing ever?
that is awesome. Oh,
So
that's a keepsake.
just really love the idea of kind of having that moment in time and that memory, but it's not a picture. It's
Right.
something different. So, and then I actually have one of these. This was kind of the little color card. So we had our members do an art and recovery project at both of our centers. So they got to kind of color our logo. And then on the back, they wrote testimonials about why they love Lighthouse or how they've benefited from their services. And so when the guest picked up a vase, they kind of picked it based on that drawing, but then on the back there was a message on each one. And so that was really special for a lot of people.
Can you give us an idea of some of the testimonials, like what people
I would love to read this. So
yeah.
this one actually, we didn't require people to put their names on them, but this is from Lisa Strickland. She's now an employee. She's a founding board member with Jason. And so she said, for me, the recovery community and centers are vitally important to the recovery journey as it really wasn't available when my son was struggling. If there had been, I believe he would have found a peer group to come around him and support him into successful journey and life of recovery. Sadly, he did not. I am proud of LRCC and all it and we offer for those seeking, living, curious about recovery.
It is such important work.
Isn't it so cool? So I just love even that the guests that participated, they have a little piece of Lighthouse and our members and our peers, with them. The other thing is I just need to give a shout out. So we had about 15 kind of staff and some of our peers that use our services come and volunteer at the event. And they had a hard job. They had to serve food. And some of them were super nervous about they've never served or like held a serving tray before. And they did such a good job. And I'm just so proud of them for kind of they were outside of their comfort zone for sure. And it's just really cool to see people like have those growth moments.
Where was the event?
It was at Farm Discovery Center right here, right off of the I-43.
Yeah.
10 out of 10 would highly recommend hosting an event there.
Yeah, Amy said it was an equally fun and emotionally charged event. Such important work.
Yeah, I would be surprised. Like, I feel like everybody shed a little tear listening to our speakers and, just hearing from Jason and just the stories of our mission and the success alongside kind of that fun made for just a really, really fun event.
Yeah, thanks. Thank you for sharing about that, and thank you to you and the entire team for doing that important work. Thank you to everybody that came out and supported it. I really, really think that helping people find recovery is so valuable to the community at large.
Right. Right. And we learn, one of the things Jason shared was just like even an example of like criminal offenses. When people touch our services and they get support, even if they're not successful in our program, the amount of times that they have like repeat offenses or criminal charges after we've touched them greatly, greatly reduces in the 80% reduction rate. And that's just proof around how much a support system and having these things can really help benefit our greater community.
Yeah, and keep people alive.
Amen.
Yeah. Hey,
Amen.
just looping back, Cindy said hosting is an amazing experience. Breakfast alone is an adventure. On the first day, our toaster launched a piece of toast into the air and created a wave of giggles. Quite an icebreaker to start the US homestay for our students.
Oh,
Can you imagine the students probably like, does this happen every day?
I know.
Like,
Yeah.
American toasters are so cool.
I love that.
No, Cindy, it would have been a real, coup if you could have, like, taken the plate and, like, caught it midair.
I know, right? Cindy, what country was your student from? I'd love to know if you're still watching.
Okay, I'm gonna guess Japan because she's been actively involved in the
Okay,
Manitowoc International Relations Association, just in case she doesn't have a chance to
got
reply.
it. Good get that feels like a very educated guess.
Why, thank you.
Come
I like to make sure all my guesses are educated. No, that doesn't always work, does it?
on. Okay,
Oh, confirmed, Japan.
thank you,
Thanks, Cindy.
Cindy. And then Mary's got a comment up there. She said, Lighthouse helped my brother in law. Sadly, he passed away, but he really changed his life because of Lighthouse. Wow.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Good.
I mean, there are just so many good feels when I see like community helping community, right? Like there's something so positive about reaching a hand down and helping somebody up so
Yeah.
that we can all achieve more.
Right. And I mean, like, in some innately way, that's what we were designed to do,
Yeah,
right?
I hear you.
So if you're not doing it and you want to get connected, send me a note because if it's not Lighthouse, there's lots of other places that would love help.
Absolutely. And that's all happening right here in Meow-Nachawak, Wisconsin.
Okay. Tell me about this place.
So I love cats. My brother loves cats. Manitowoc lends itself so well to saying Meow-Nachawak. And then if you just take it further, Wisconsin can become Wisconsin. So I made this little graphic and turned it into stickers,
I love
um,
it.
so I could share it with my brother. And this is on the back of my chair.
I was trying to like say this out loud. Meow and to walk.
Wisconsin.
I I love how happy it makes you.
I know, thank you, and look, I gave one to my dad, he put it on his computer case, like, I would not have imagined my dad as, like, a sticker applied to, like, your stuff kinda guy, but I think
Yeah.
that's super cool.
I mean, it is the trendy thing to do. I mean, I've got my laptop here.
Ooh, let's see what you got. Ooh.
It, and still building.
You
Still
know that you've got them applied so neatly, like,
Well,
so orderly.
you gotta make room for them. Here, let's see if it's gonna be backwards. I got this one at the conference I was at. Can you read that?
Okay, wait, it is backwards, so let's see. If my mouth doesn't say it, my face oh my gosh, my face I can't read this big word.
Definitely.
Oh, definitely will. Nice. So give us an example. Give us an example of your mouth maybe wanting to say something, knowing it should be quiet, but your face showing us.
Well, I mean, it's like if I'm giving you the old like WTF, it's like
You've got a really good side eye, is that what you're saying?
I just can't turn it. This right here, these laugh and smile lines are from my father, and the crease. He had this
Ooh,
great like. This is a
I
WTF.
can't do that. Wow.
Did you say you can't do that?
Yeah, look, mine doesn't crunch like that.
Maybe I have strong eyebrow muscles.
I think you're demonstrating that you do have really good control of your facial muscles. Like Teak, he can move his eyebrows independently, his ears independently. Like I can't do. Wow, yeah. Like I can go up and down. That's it. That's all I got.
Did you see my nose?
I love this show.
Like, I have a feeling that Doug is gonna listen. He listens to this like on his way home. I have a feeling he's gonna listen to it and be like, "What in the heck are you doing?"
Okay, what is happening in this picture? Is this a real picture?
This is a real picture. This is my nightstand. And so, recently was Prime Days for Amazon. I'm not a promotional person for Amazon, but these are an Echo Dot. And so these were marked down like 20 bucks or something. And so I said to Doug, because we are in the stage, I don't know about how you guys did this with Teak, but like we're in the stage where we're trying to teach Grace some good habits around technology and phones.
Mm,
And like at some point, the phones should be put to bed and you should like read, or she loves to draw and like or color, and just like there's some point where the technology should go away and you should just be winding down.
yeah.
And so we've kind of had this rule that like by 9 o'clock, let's try to have all our technology turned in. And we were saying this, but then at the same time, Doug and I are going to bed with our cell phones, and like in my case, my watch right next to my bed. So we're
Oh,
really not.
because were you using it, like, as your clock and then your alarm
It was
clock?
my alarm clock, and you create all these reasons why it has to be there. Well, what if my mom calls, or whatever. And the reality is, like, those are fear-based responses, because if my phone rings in the kitchen, I will still hear it. I don't know about you guys in the night, but like I'm going to hear that. And so I said, like, hey, these Echo Dots are on sale. How about we each get one for our nightstands? And then let's all turn our stuff in the kitchen at night. And so we bought that. This was also like on a clearance thing. So we were able to buy two different types of chargers because the girls have older versions of phones than what I have. And Doug can charge his iPad there. The girls can charge tablets there. Obviously, my watch stand is there now. But like, we've moved everything here, and we're putting it all in the kitchen at 9. And I cannot tell you, like, Doug and I are reading at night. I always read at night, but like, we're reading at night. We've been listening to music in the morning, like to wake up now, because you can set those alarms to like play a song. So like, we're listening to music in the morning, and I'm not, otherwise the first thing you're doing is like,
Right, right.
and so I'm just like, I wanted to share it because maybe it would inspire somebody else to kind of break up with their technology a little bit. But
I love that. I love setting it aside that we don't need to be 100% attached. I thought too for the longest time I couldn't live without my Apple Watch, even though I had the phone, right? Like I thought I absolutely like it was alerting me and whatever and whatever. And then, I lost it. And guess what? Like I don't miss it at all. Like
right.
I never think, oh, I wish I still had that on my wrist. Wish I had the wrist, but I don't wish I still had the Apple Watch on it.
I'm so glad you clarified that. We weren't sure.
But, the reason I asked if this was a real photo or not, isn't this so pretty and pleasing? I thought that maybe it was a stock photo, Kristen.
Oh my gosh, I love that. I'll take that as a total compliment. No, that's my real nightstand. That's my study Bible, and I have a journal there that I take to church with me and like make notes and kind of doodle in during church, and then my Kindle is there.
I love it. I
Yeah,
love it.
it's just even my nightstand is cleaner because I don't have cords and all the things. It's just nice.
Yeah, yeah, it feels like a sense of freedom, right? Like cutting that cord.
Yeah. Now, Grace did tell us last night. I said, Grace, don't you feel supported? Like, look at, we're all doing this together. And she's like, no, this is stupid. You have stupid rules. She maybe didn't say stupid, but she basically was like, no.
Ah, teenagers.
I know, I love that you're doing it, but no, this does not change my feelings around being able to be in touch with my friends after 9 o'clock. So her time may change as she gets older, but yeah.
Viewers, have you made any choices like that about technology? What do you do with your phones and your technology at night? Do you keep it by your bedside? I do use mine as a clock, but I realized when I plug it in, if I turn it on the side, I didn't even know it had this feature until I accidentally did it. This old school kind of analog looking clock pops up.
Oh, nice.
And at night, it like dims down. And then if there's movement, it reilluminates, but it's like red, like that red that you see in submarines at night, right?
Yes.
So, like, if you're getting up to use the restroom or something, it just gently tells you what time it is.
So the Alexas do the same thing. Fun fact. The face of it has a clock on it.
"Hey, Fond du Lac, good morning."
Good morning. Yeah, so, let that be inspiration for you. Maybe it's not all the time. Maybe you do something different. Maybe you just make a commitment, even though that it's there next to your bed, that you're going to read, or you're going to do crosswords, or you're going to do something else. I feel like my brain is happier not having it there.
Mary said, I use my phone as an alarm and I do like my Kindle for reading at night.
Yep, same, same.
Yeah,
So
Jason and I have been doing word searches, which, I just feel like it stimulates. I had a concussion post accident, so I couldn't read for the longest time, which was so frustrating. Like just identifying letters even and stringing them together. So I feel like with a word search is really strengthening that visual capability, right? Being able to read a word backwards or diagonally. But so it's kind of funny because we got two books and we'll like just quietly like do them together and then finish. And it's just like this lovely, like calm down time.
and I mean, crossword puzzles are pretty inexpensive, right? You can get them a lot of places for a buck or 2, and yeah, that's fun. I
Now, I
think
noticed that the book we got, instead of saying word search, it says find and circle, which made me wonder, is word search, is that like trademarked in some way? Like, why wouldn't they say
oh, interesting.
Luke says, "0 screens for kids before bedtime and no blue light in bedroom." Oh, good call. So
Yep.
no phones in bedroom. We use phones in kitchen or living room. Keep bedroom vibes serene. Awesome.
Yeah, I love it. Thanks for sharing, Luke.
And then Steven said, "Do you do Wordle?" Oh, I don't. Do you, Kristen?
I have done it during the day. The kids like to play it actually, but not much. I don't actually do a lot of like gameplay on my phone. I feel like I'm on the go, or if I have free time, I really enjoy reading. So I try to keep my Kindle handy during the day.
Yeah, I used to do more games on the phone, and I've really cut all of that out.
Hmm.
And so, like the word searches I was talking about, that's like the old analog. It's a book with the pages that you flip, and we use a highlighter.
Yeah.
And there's just something so satisfying about like going up the page. I think I'm feeling really old saying this, but like, highlighting the word and then crossing it off the list is just so satisfying.
Do you do the words in order on the bottom, or do you just look for words and find them and cross them off?
Oh, that is a great question. How do you word search? Yeah. At first, I just like to look around and see does anything pop out. And then I'll kind of go in order, but I'll make sure I sort of look at all the words so that as I'm going, if another word pops out,
Yeah, I love it.
how do you do it?
Um, yeah, hunt and find, like look for words that go together, kind of scan the list of words I'm looking for and then kind of go through them. But I do think things like word searchers are super good for keeping your memory sharp, as we age, if I can say that.
Yes, 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 you can. Hey, speaking of words, you shared this chart with me about confusing words. So let's see, I gotta get my bifocals here. These are great. I think a lot of these are often confused. Which ones do you think are the most?
Oh man. I mean, affect and effect is one that I think is very tricky. That one would be more of like I have to think about it.
Yeah, and the difference there being one is a verb and one is a noun.
Yep. Yes.
I think the one I see the most is than and then,
Mhm.
people misusing it.
Yes, that's a good one. Yeah, I think that is probably I think that those 2 are probably the ones that really jump out at me. Sometimes when I'm writing loose or lose, like, it just sometimes is like, "Oh, wait, is that the 1 O or the 2 O version?" But, yeah, isn't this good?
Yeah, and I think desert and dessert.
Yeah.
One way, somebody told me, I think I was probably still in grade school, to remember the difference between spelling dessert and desert is that dessert has 2 S's because you want more,
Oh,
right? Everybody wants a second dessert.
yes. That's a good one.
All
Um,
right, and Luke is saying there and there.
yeah. So
Mhm.
I do think that's one people mix up. That's not one that I personally struggle with. I always think in there, meaning like it's attached to a person or people, then there's an I in that. So it's like a personal thing. Um, versus there is, over there.
Yeah. Well, and, like, for me, I always think about there, like, over there has here, Here. So
Ah,
it's either here or if you put the T on, it's there.
yeah, that's great. Great tip.
Thanks. So then, advice and advise. Okay, I don't think I confused that one.
Mhm.
Farther and further, what is the difference? Farther and further, I'm pretty sure I probably get that one wrong.
I think this example is really good. So he ran farther than me. It's like distance versus like we need to discuss this further or there's
Oh,
something more that has to happen. That one
got it.
does make sense to me.
I get now that I see it explained like that.
Yes.
Yeah, we don't discuss something farther, we discuss it
St
further.
stationary, I would have spelled this the same and used it in different contexts. So, not moving is an A, paper products is an E.
Hmm.
I don't know that I would have got that right. That's where spell check comes in handy for me.
I was aware of the difference, but I'm never sure which is which. Does anybody have a little tip or trick for distinguishing those 2? Like we talked about dessert having the 2 S's or there being here with the T.
Yeah,
How do you keep stationary and stationary?
I have no trick. I have no advice.
This is really good. Great chart, Kristen.
I'm gonna give, Stacey McDonald credit for this. She posted the other day, and I was like, "Ooh, this is right in the vocabulary family we love to talk about. I've gotta grab it."
I did come across a word last night when I was reading a book, um, and then I'm like, "No, no, forget it." I looked up the meaning, I'm like, "No one's ever, ever, ever gonna use that word, like, I'm never talking about this word."
Oh, I love it. Okay, so Tina, you sent me a picture of you seated at the table. Are you picking up some new hobbies?
Well, it's not new. I'm trying to get back to the old things that I did, and so here I'm baking a banana bread. And
Yeah.
it looks a little different than how I used to do it, but, I've really been working with OT therapy on how to incorporate the hand into all these little daily tasks.
It looks like you're a pro here.
Thank you, thank you.
How easy or difficult is it for you at this point to, like, put things down and pick things up as, like, the support hand here?
It is getting better and better. The trouble, I have to really, like, once I grip something, I have to totally just relax because if I don't, the instinct is to ungrip it right away. And that's because of the way the muscles are flexing. So I have
Sure.
to just think about if I'm gripped, just relax. Don't do any other muscle movement because otherwise, yeah, well, it's great while I'm holding it, right? If I ungrip it, that's when it's a catastrophe, right?
Either it
So
falls and spills or you, like, you're like, "Oh,
exactly, exactly. So that we're working on the finesse.
I love that." I love that you trust yourself enough to, like, hold something like baking powder knowing if it falls, it's gonna make a mess.
You could tell I wasn't holding it too high from the table,
Yeah.
right? Like,
Yes.
so the real test, some days I wanna be able to take a plate and,
Mm.
like, take it maybe from the counter to the table or something, right? But so far, I have not trusted myself to do that.
Listen, you could just get melamine, and then it really wouldn't break if it fe yeah, yes, it would create a mess, but, like
Oh, yeah, I should just practice with a paper plate.
yeah, or that.
Oh my gosh. Thank you for helping me think outside the box.
Outside the hand.
Outside the hand. Hey, Cindy said "your" and the contraction "you are also
Yes.
so often interchanged.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So your means it kind of belongs to you, and your is you are. Fill in the blank. Amazing.
Let your face tell us.
Amazing.
Nice, very nice.
Or if I said,
Oh,
"You are a pain in the butt," I would've been like,
should we end this show on side eye?
"Ooh, I don't know."
Side eye on demand is kinda hard.
It is because it has to be, like, a serious thing, like, you have to be, I had some emotional intelligence cards out yesterday with a client. We were kinda doing a little icebreaker, and one of the words is disgusting on there, and so what face would you make if you were disgusted?
Alright, I know what the promo pictures are gonna be for next week.
I know. Oh, you
Thanks
have
for this great
I
conversation,
feel like
Kristen.
you have so much to choose from today.
Thank you, everybody, for joining in the conversation. This has been a true delight. Have a great Wednesday. We'll see you next time on Coffee with Kristen and Tina. Kristen Odell, Tina Prigge. See you next time.